Bugün Prezident İlham Əliyev Əfqanistan İslam Respublikasının prezidenti Məhəmməd Əşrəf Qani ilə görüşüb.
How are you?
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on a very successful conference.
Thank you, President. Thank you for being with us these days. Mr. President, welcome once again. Yesterday we had a very important meeting of the summit participants, and thank you for being with us these days. Participation of Afghanistan at the highest possible level at the summit is a reflection of your importance paid to this institution. Also, we consider it as a sign of friendship and partnership towards Azerbaijan. We are friendly, brotherly countries. We met with you many times in Baku during international events. Last time this year, March, we had a very good meeting and also document signed. I'm very happy how relations develop between our countries, and the most important is that all what we agree, we try to implement. And I think we made a very big progress in bilateral relations, in strengthening political contacts. You know about Azerbaijan's efforts to support peaceful development in your country. As you know, we increased the number of our military servicemen in Afghanistan, and for us, security, stability, prosperity in your country is very important, because as friends and brothers, we want to see that all your reforms, all your plans are implemented. I told you once that since you assumed this important position, our relations transformed into a very efficient kind of partnership. And our regular meetings and discussions, decisions made, implementation of these decisions demonstrates the mutual political will. As we discussed with you at one of our previous meetings, we wanted to connect our railroad and transportation facilities, and we've done it. We already received from Lapis Lazuli project cargoes through Azerbaijan. So we will continue working on these issues, and since that time we also are in a very active form of cooperation with our friends and neighbors in Central Asia. So the volume of cargo from Central Asia through Azerbaijan is growing, and now we are physically linked between Afghanistan and Azerbaijan and Europe. We have a now new connection, which I think is a historical achievement. And also today we will address some other issues of mutual interest. So once again, welcome and thank you for being with us.
Mr. President, it's a pleasure to be with you. First of all, congratulations. Azerbaijan's assumption of the non-aligned movement chairmanship, I think, brings you one more step closer to your rightful advocacy for the rights of the Azeri people. And given Afghanistan's principled stand in support of Azerbaijan, anything we can do, don't hesitate. We are on the Human Rights Commission of EU, and if there's special need for coordination, I'll instruct our ambassador to be able to coordinate very closely with your ambassador. But I think your strategy of hosting these international meetings every day, you persuade more and more people. It's an extremely useful. And in terms of bilateral relationship, we can be happy. We are linked now, which started with your, I keep saying, with your Chicago speech. At that time, it was a dream, but it's really become realized. The Lapis Lazuli corridor is extremely important for us. And we would like to discuss more how we could use government as support for us. this is an important development because your reforms are quite significant, and now that we have a very reliable rail corridor. Equally, we would like to extend the air corridor. We've created an aggressive program of an air corridor in Baku, again serving as a central hub, could be of great interest to us in this area. The first exhibition came of our goods, and we would like to work much more closely with the Ministry of Trade so that the market analysis can take place, and our ambassador and our team will work on the market analysis to see. One of those areas I think that potentially is marble.
Thank you. Thank you, President. Thank you. Thank you.
Prezident İlham Əliyev bugün Malaziyanın baş naziri Mahathir bin Mohammadı qəbul edib.
Prime Minister, once again, welcome to Azerbaijdan. I'm very glad to see you again. I'm very grateful that you are participating at the summit. We demonstrate that Malaysia takes the importance of important international event, and your country is represented on the highest possible level. Since yesterday, we assumed the chairmanship of NAM, and as I said in my speech at the summit, Azerbaijdan will be committed to Bandung principles which fully coincide with Azerbaijan's priorities, policy, including foreign policy priorities. Sovereignty, territorial integrity, independence, non-interference into each other's affairs is the main line of our foreign policy agenda. And I think that due to this factor, and also due to the fact that Azerbaijan conducts independent foreign policy based on its national interest, we received unanimous support in non-alignment movement. We consider it as a big honor to be elected as chairman with unanimous decision. So this demonstrates that our country's policy is supported by absolute number of international community members. It demonstrates that during a short period of presence in the organization, we managed to present our position, our case, and as a chairman, we will defend the legitimate rights of all the member states. We will try to play our role in the way it is appropriate for countries in reducing tensions between some of the member states. We need to strengthen unity in NAM. We need to strengthen mutual support, political support. We will definitely address the issue of economic cooperation because we need to help each other. We need to enhance mutual trade. We need to buy goods from member states which we are buying now from other places. As you know, we initiated the Youth Summit. But in many member states, the population is growing. The number of young people is growing. Their employment, their integration in society, their commitment to traditional values, most important. Because we in Azerbaijan pay very big importance to the fact that our youth is committed to its motherland, is patriotic, is raised in the national spirit, is free from all types of external influence, and to be sure that next generation will be defending the national interest the same way as we do. So we really have a very big agenda for coming 3 years as leaders. We will count on your personal support and advice. We know you as one of the most prominent politicians on the global scale. We know you as the author of Malaysian Miracle. I know that many countries learned your experience in transformation, and you always defended justice. And in your speech yesterday, once again, there was a position, there was a vision, there was an open approach to the most important issues on global agenda. And of course, we want to strengthen relations between our countries, which are very friendly, very close, strengthen political ties. We have already good cooperation in the energy sector. The company Petronas is investing in Azerbaijan, and we want to expand cooperation to have more tourists from both countries, to have more cultural events. In other words, we want to make efforts to bring countries closer. So once again, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for the hospitality extended to me and my delegation. I had always wanted to come here again after my first visit, but I stepped down as Prime Minister. Since then, I've cut most of my visits to other countries, but since taking over the government again, I need to make more visits than usual. So when I hear that the NAM summit is going to be held here, I was very looking forward to coming again to Azerbaijan. Our relation has been good. Of course, it's not too close because Malaysia really does not know much about Azerbaijan. They know about Baku, but they don't know about Azerbaijan. Yeah, but I think there are interesting things historically about Azerbaijan, which I think would attract a lot of Malaysians to come here. Especially when they perform the Hajj, they can drop in here on the way back from the Hajj. We, of course, we are neutral in every way. We want to be friends with everybody. We do not care about their internal systems or ideology. We want to be friendly because Malaysia is a trading nation. Its growth is dependent upon trade, and therefore it must always be friendly with markets. And we see every country as a market for our products. And today we trade with almost 190 different countries. Practically every country would have some Malaysians involved in doing business there. Even in Azerbaijan, we have a number of Malaysians who have been staying here. Some, of course, are in the petrol business. So we hope that NAM, under your leadership, would revive the ideology that is started off, because it was at that time very necessary that between the two Cold War opponents there should be a third force, and this was started mainly by President Sukarno of Indonesia, and it has survived. It has become the biggest single international organization other than the United Nations. And we need to keep this alive because there are many things that we can do together. We believe that through trade and commerce, we would be able to grow our countries.
Yes, we'll be waiting for you. Thank you.
Bugün Prezident İlham Əliyev Əlcəzair Xalq Demokratik Respublikasının prezidenti Abdelkader Ben Sallahla görüşüb.
Hoş geldin. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Pleasure to see you, Mr. President. I'm very glad that your country is represented on the highest possible level at the summit. Thank you for supporting Azerbaijan's candidacy as the chairman of NAM. As you know, we've been elected chairman with the unanimous decision of all the member states. We consider it as a very strong support to our policy and a good sign of our partnership. As the chairman of NAM, we will do everything in order to strengthen solidarity between countries and, if necessary, to provide our efforts in facilitation of resolution of certain problems. And of course, it's a good opportunity to address with you issues of our bilateral relations. Your visit is a historical visit to Azerbaijan because during the time of our diplomatic relationship, this is the first visit of President of Algeria to Azerbaijan. Of course, this visit has a very special meaning for both countries. We demonstrate a very active political dialogue which exists between us. In the Islamic Cooperation Organization, your country supports us with respect to conflict with Armenia. Therefore, we will continue to extend mutual support in the United Nations, in the Islamic Cooperation Organization, and of course in non-alignment movement. And also I think that now it's a good time to address issues of economic cooperation, especially how we can increase mutual trade turnover. Well, welcome once again.
Thank you, Excellency. Allow me to reiterate my gratitude for the invitation sent to us to participate in this summit and to also be involved in its success. I would like to congratulate you for the chairmanship of our organization. Allow me to say that we are at your entire disposal to translate and concretize the content of both the decisions and the recommendations that will result from these important summits. I would like to congratulate you for the tight and very good, successful management of this summit. As far as bilateral relations are concerned, I would like to express our entire availability to develop our ties. Let me say that we will be very happy to develop our relations so as to meet the aspirations and ambitions of our countries and our peoples. Allow me to open brackets to say that the way you are managing your country and the way you are pursuing the development policy that you have adopted is a source of pride, not only to Azerbaijan, but to all developing countries as well. It was a very happy opportunity for us to get to know the leading experience, but also the policy that you are pursuing in order to provide achievement, success and prosperity to the country and to the people of Azerbaijan. And we are very proud to develop these relations. And in this context, I am honored to announce that we have recently decided to appoint a new female ambassador to Azerbaijan.
Prezident İlham Əliyev bugün həmçinin Bosniya və Hersegovinanın rəyasət heyətinin sədri Milorad Dodiklə görüşüb.
President, welcome to Azerbaycan. Very glad to see you. I'm very glad that you are participating at the summit. Also, it's a good opportunity to discuss issues of bilateral agenda. I am very glad that between our countries relations developed very successfully. We have very active cooperation in the framework of international organizations, particularly the United Nations, non-Islamic cooperation organizations. So mutual support in international institutions is very important, and now as the chairman of NAM, of course, Azerbaijan will take into account the legitimate interests of member states. For the coming 3 years, we will do our best in order to be a good chairman of organization and to strengthen solidarity between member states. And on bilateral track, we have very active cooperation and many high-level political contacts. I met many times your predecessors here in Baku and in the framework of international events. And we've established a framework for bilateral relations. And of course, very glad to host you in Azerbaijan. I'm sure that we will continue our joint efforts in order to bring our countries closer and to strengthen bilateral ties. So, welcome once again.
This is a wonderful opportunity for me to visit your country and have this conversation with you. I must express my admiration for what I have seen so far, this wonderful city and wonderful people we have met so far. Thank you for wonderful efforts you are making to make bilateral relationships between our countries so good. I know you have great interest and you are dedicated to building a good relationship with Bosnia and Herzegovina. And I wish to thank you for your help that you have offered us in the previous, whether these were humanitarian aid or business opportunities. I wish to express my sincere appreciation and wish to continue this successful cooperation. Your ambassador in Herzegovina is doing a wonderful job there. He is very dedicated and this offers us the opportunity to create new perspectives. But I know that your dedication is behind every action made there. I believe that your chairmanship over the non-alignment movement will give a new dimension to the event. And I wish to thank you and congratulate you on the successful organization of the summit. And this definitely brings us more confidence in a more just and peaceful world.
Bugün Prezident İlham Əliyev Liviyanın baş naziri Faiz Saracı qəbul edib.
Hörmətli cənab baş nazir, sizi Azərbaycanda bir daha salamlayıram, xoş gəlmişsiniz. Sizin qoşulma hərəkatının zirvə görüşündəki fəaliyyətiniz yüksək qiymətləndirilir və təşəkkür edirəm ki, siz bugün Azərbaycandasınız. Azərbaycan artıq qoşulma hərəkatında sədrliyə başlamışdır. Biz çox şadıq ki, bizim sədr seçilməyimiz üzv ölkələrin yekdil qərarı əsasında olmuşdur. Bu üzv dövlətlərin bizim siyasətimizə göstərdiyi böyük inamın, dəstəyin təzahürüdür. Və qoşulmama hərəkatına sədrlik dövründə Azərbaycan bu önəmli siyasi təsisatın baza prinsiplərini müdafiə edəcək. Ölkələrin müstəqilliyi, ərazi bütövlüyü, sərhədlərin toxunulmazlığı, Bandung prinsiplərinin əsasını təşkil edir və bizim siyasətimizin də təməl prinsipləridir.
Əminəm ki, bugün qəbul ediləcək yekun bəyannamədə bu prinsiplər öz əksini tapacaq və Azərbaycanın bu təsisatda rolu qeyd olunacaq.
Eyni zamanda sizin bu tədbirdə, zirvə görüşündə iştirakınız yaxşı imkan yaradır ki, iki tərəfli güncəliyi də nəzərdən keçirək və iki tərəfli əlaqələrə təkan verək. Bir daha xoş gəlirsiniz.
Təşəkkür edirəm. Bu gözəl bir tədbir əsasında sizin də vaxtınız çox məhduddur. Hər şeydən öncə mən sizi təbrik etmək istəyirəm. Gözəl təşkilatçılığa görə sizi təbrik edirəm. Həmçinin öz təbrikimi yeniləmək istəyirəm ki, Azərbaycan Respublikası artıq qoşulma hərəkətinə səbirlilik başladı. Və arzu edirəm ki, sizin səbirliyiniz dövründə Azərbaycan ölkəmiz daha da çiçəklənsin və öz rolunu oynasın. Həqiqətən mən çox alqışlayıram. Bakıda gördüyüm gözəlliyi, Bakıda gördüyüm gözəlliyi vurğun olmuşam. Memarlıq cəhətdən mən vurğun olmuşam.
Prezident İlham Əliyev bugün Pakistan İslam Respublikasının prezidenti Arif Alvi ilə görüşüb.
You have, mashallah, 3 years as the chairmanship of NAM.
Yes, we've started yesterday with your support. Like once again to express gratitude for supporting our candidacy as the chairman of NAM. We will during these 3 years try to do our best in order to strengthen solidarity within member states to address important issues which are very sensitive to member states, and we will definitely support international law, justice, and Bandung principles, which actually fully coincide with our principles: territorial integrity, sovereignty, independence, non-interference into each other's affairs. So all those principles which Azerbaijan is defending on international arena. And also, I think one of the important elements of our policy will be to address the issue of non-implementation of resolutions and decisions of international organizations.
Like the United Nations.
Like the United Nations. So in our case, it's 4 resolutions demanding withdrawal of Armenian troops from our territories, unconditional and immediate. But they are not implemented. But in some cases, Security Council resolutions are implemented within days. So this is...
There's something where NAM can play a big role.
We will definitely do it. We will fight against double standards. And using this opportunity, Mr. President, I'd like to express my gratitude to your government, to the people of brotherly Pakistan, for continued support of Azerbaijan in the issue of Nagorno-Karabakh settlement. And the fact that Pakistan, because of occupation by Armenia of our territory, did not establish diplomatic relations with Armenia is highly, highly respected by our people.
Thank you.
Our people know it. Our people know that you are our true brothers. And this gesture of unprecedented brotherhood is highly valued by us. And we established very close brotherly relations which now cover many areas. I visited your beautiful country on several occasions.
Yes, yes.
So I'm glad that you have visited us, but we will be waiting for your official visit.
Yes, I think so. I think that has been good. I think that will be a good time. And we, Your Excellency, we should be looking for increase of trade, more cooperation in a number of areas. I believe we can cooperate in the field of education and health. And as I go back, I will encourage institutions in Pakistan which are providing good education and institutions which are providing good hospitals which are providing good treatment to look at opportunities in Baku to establish hospitals and schools of good standard. And at the same time, Azerbaijan has tremendous experience, a long-term experience in oil sector. I would like to suggest if things can be worked out for looking at a possible refinery in Gwadar. Gwadar is a seaport, and the north-south corridor, it's in fact inclines with Chabahar, and I think a link can be made towards Gwadar also for supplies, for a lot of stuff which Azerbaijan may need to export via into the ocean in the south. So there are a number of areas where increased cooperation can be.
It's difficult to plant tree here because in Baku the soil is sandy and it is very bad for trees. So but we still manage to wait. That's right. Thank you.
Prezident İlham Əliyev bugün Bangladeş Xalq Respublikasının baş naziri xanım Şeyx Hasinanı qəbul edib.
Bangladeş Xalq Respublikasının baş naziri xanım Şeyx Hasina qoşulmama hərəkatının 18-ci zirvə görüşünün yüksək səviyyədə təşkilinə, həmçinin nümayəndə heyətinə göstərilən qonaqpərvərliyə görə Prezident İlham Əliyevə təşəkkürünü bildirdi. Dövlətimizin başçısı üzv dövlətlərin yekdil dəstəyi ilə Azərbaycanın qoşulmama hərəkatına sədr seçilməsinin ölkəmizə olan yüksək etimadın və hörmətin təzahürü olduğunu bildirdi. Görüşdə qoşulmama hərəkatının gündəliyində duran məsələlər, həmçinin kənd təsərrüfatı, humanitar, mədəniyyət və digər sahələrdə əməkdaşlıq imkanlarına dair fikir mübadiləsi aparıldı. Daha sonra Azərbaycan Respublikası hökuməti və Bangladeş Xalq Respublikası hökuməti arasında mədəniyyət sahəsində əməkdaşlıq haqqında saziş imzalandı.
Bugün Prezident İlham Əliyev Esvatinin kralı Əlahəzrət Kral 3. Msvati ilə görüşüb.
SVT-nin kralı Əlahəzrət Kral 3-cü Mısvati qoşulmama hərəkatının 18-ci zirvə görüşünün yüksək səviyyədə təşkil edildiyini bildirdi və göstərilən qonaqpərvərliyə görə təşəkkürünü bildirdi. Görüşdə ölkələrimizin beynəlxalq təşkilatlar çərçivəsində bir-birini dəstəkləməsinin əhəmiyyəti vurğulandı. Müxtəlif sahələrdə, o cümlədən turizm, energetika, elm, təhsil, humanitar və digər sahələrdə əməkdaşlığa dair fikir mübadiləsi aparıldı.
Mauritania. Okay.
Oh, he's here too.
They visit, but not many.
Okay.
So, wish you all the best.
No, thank you so much.
All the best.
All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Prezident İlham Əliyev bugün Sudan Respublikası Suveren Keçid Şurasının sədri Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan, Abdelrahman Al-Burhanla da görüşüb.
Hoş geldiniz.
Sudan Respublikası Suveren Keçid Şurasının sədri Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan, Abdelrahman Al-Burhan Bakıda keçirilən qoşulmama hərəkatının 18-ci zirvə görüşünün yüksək səviyyədə təşkilinə və göstərilən qonaqpərvərliyə görə təşəkkürünü bildirdi. O, Azərbaycanın 2019-2022-ci illərdə qoşulmama hərəkatına uğurla sədrlik edəcəyini əminliyini ifadə etdi. Abdel Fattah Al-Burhan, Abdelrahman Al-Burhan Azərbaycanın inkişafının, ölkəmizdə olan sabitliyin və əminamanlığın, paytaxt Bakı şəhərinin gözəlliyinin onda böyük təəssürat yaratdığını dedi. Prezident İlham Əliyev Azərbaycanın qoşulmama hərəkatına üzvü dövlətlərlə əməkdaşlığa mühüm əhəmiyyət verdiyini bildirdi. Ölkələrimizin beynəlxalq təşkilatlar çərçivəsində bir-birini dəstəkləməsinin vacibliyini vurğuladı. Dövlətimizin başçısı Azərbaycanın qoşulmama hərəkatına sədrliyi dövründə üzv ölkələr arasında əməkdaşlığın inkişafına və həmrəyliyin gücləndirilməsinə töhfə verəcəyini vurğuladı. Görüşdə Azərbaycanla Sudan arasında iqtisadi, ticarət, elm, təhsil və digər sahələrdə əməkdaşlıq məsələlərinə dair fikir mübadiləsi aparıldı.
Prezident İlham Əliyev bugün BMT Baş Assambleyasının prezidenti Ticani Məhəmməd Bandəni qəbul edib.
BMT Baş Assambleyasının prezidenti Ticani Məhəmməd Bandi Bakıda keçirilən qoşulmama hərəkatının 18-ci zirvə görüşünün yüksək səviyyədə təşkil olunduğunu, bu tədbirin dünyada sülhün qorunması, əməkdaşlığın genişləndirilməsi işinə xidmət etdiyini bildirdi. Qonaq Bakıya səfəri çərçivəsində Qobustan Dövlət Tarixi Bədii Qoruğunda, Sumqayıt Texnologiyalar Parkında asan xidmətdə olduğunu, bu xidmətin fəaliyyətinin yüksək səviyyədə təşkil edildiyini qeyd etdi. Prezident İlham Əliyev Ticani Məhəmməd Bandinin qoşulmama hərəkatının 18-ci zirvə görüşündəki iştirakının önəmini qeyd etdi. Onun dünənki çıxışında dəyərli fikirlər səsləndirdiyini vurğuladı. Dövlətimizin başçısı bu səfərin BMT ilə Azərbaycan arasında gələcək əməkdaşlığın perspektivlərinin müzakirəsi üçün də yaxşı imkan yaratdığını dedi. Prezident İlham Əliyev qonağın asan xidmətdə olmasını qeyd edərək asan xidmətin Azərbaycanın təşəbbüsü ilə yaradıldığını, onun BMT-nin mükafatına layiq görüldüyünü qeyd etdi. Dövlətimizin başçısı bu xidmətin təcrübəsindən artıq xarici ölkələrdə də istifadə olunduğunu, Əfqanistanda asan xidmətin fəaliyyətə başladığını dedi. Bununla Azərbaycanın artıq öz intellektual məhsulunu ixrac etdiyini vurğuladı. Prezident İlham Əliyev əhaliyə sosial dəstək məqsədi ilə DOST xidmətinin də yaradıldığını, yaxın gələcəkdə 30-dan çox mərkəzin açılacağını bildirdi. Ticani Məhəmməd Bandinin Sumqayıta səfərinə toxunan dövlətimizin başçısı Sumqayıt Texnologiyalar Parkında həyata keçirilən işlərdən danışdı. Orada böyük həcmli ekoloji tədbirlərin görüldüyünü qeyd etdi. Prezident İlham Əliyev qeyri-neft sektorunun inkişafı, iqtisadiyyatın şaxələndirilməsi istiqamətində görülən işlərdən danışdı. Texnologiyalar sahəsinin inkişafına Azərbaycanda böyük önəm verildiyini dedi. Ölkəmizdə kosmik sənayinin yaradıldığını bildirdi. Dövlətimizin başçısı Amerikada Beynəlxalq Astronavtika Federasiyasının Baş Assambleyasında keçirilmiş seçkilər zamanı Bakı şəhərinin 2022-ci ildə keçiriləcək Beynəlxalq Astronavtika Konqresinə ev sahibliyi etmək hüququnu qazandığını qeyd etdi. Bu mötəbər beynəlxalq tədbirin bir neçə şəhər arasında məhz Bakıda keçirilməsi ilə bağlı qərarın ölkəmizin bu sahədə həyata keçirdiyi işlərə beynəlxalq aləmdə verilən qiymətin təzahürü olduğunu bildirdi. Prezident İlham Əliyev Azərbaycanda turizmin inkişafına da böyük əhəmiyyət verildiyini, ölkəmizə gələn çoxlu sayda turistlərə qısa zamanda asanlıqla elektron viza almaq üçün hər cür şəraitin yaradıldığını qeyd etdi. Dövlətimizin başçısı Azərbaycanda multikulturalizmin dövlət səviyyəsində dəstəkləndiyini, ölkəmizdə müxtəlif xalqların və dinlərin birgə yaşaması üçün hər cür şəraitin yaradıldığını, beynəlxalq ictimaiyyətin ölkəmizdə bu sahədə aparılan işləri yüksək qiymətləndirdiyini dedi. Tarixi dini abidələrin dövlət səviyyəsində qorunması istiqamətində tədbirlərin görüldüyünü bildirdi. Görüşdə əməkdaşlığın perspektivləri ətrafında fikir mübadiləsi aparıldı.
Bugün Prezident İlham Əliyev BMT baş katibinin siyasi və sülh quruculuğu məsələləri üzrə müavini xanım Rozmari Dikarlını da qəbul edib.
First of all, I'd like to express gratitude for attending the summit. Thank you for your remarks. It's very important that the United Nations is represented on a very high level. So we have assumed the chairmanship, and for 3 years we'll try to do everything to be committed to the basic principles of NAM, and of course this is a big responsibility for us. And of course a big honor, because we are a relatively new member state, and within only 8 years we now enjoy the overwhelming support. As you know, our candidacy as the chairman was approved by unanimous decision, and this is a demonstration of support of 2/3 of the international community. Of course, our policy, our steps, our vision with respect to protection of international law, justice, and commitment to implementation of decisions and resolutions of the major international organizations played an important role in the decision. As you know, between some member states there are certain problems. Some of them have a long history, some emerged recently, but despite that, with respect to attitude to Azerbaijan, even some countries which are not a very good, how to say, bilateral relations support us. So I think that by conducting a very open, sincere policy, when our words and our signature has the same value, we manage to, get this unanimous support. And of course, we're planning to work with you closely during the coming years to address important issues of global agenda. So once again, thank you for attending the summit.
Thank you very much, and first of all, thank you for receiving me, and thank you for the opportunity of coming to the summit and being able to visit your beautiful city and country. I was here 29 years ago, so I must say it has changed considerably. But I also wanted to thank you and congratulate you not only on assuming the chairmanship, but for all of the hosting that you do of international events here in Baku. I'm aware of many of the initiatives that you have organized in recent years, and it's very important to us, very important, because you are a staunch supporter of multilateralism and working with the international community, United Nations, on moving a number of initiatives forward.
Thank you very much, and we're very grateful to Secretary General Guterres for his support of our initiative of multiculturalism, and of course the Baku process transformed into a global platform for addressing issues of intercultural dialogue, and we really highly appreciate that United Nations support this initiative. Because I remember the time when we launched this process, there were not big hopes about the success. That was the end of 2008. And I thought that why not to try? Because we are one of the very few countries which is a member of Council of Europe and Islamic Cooperation Organization. So why not to try this, asset? And also taking into account that not only during the independence, but in all the political and public forms of governance even when we've been part of other countries, the spirit of multiculturalism always existed. Baku always was a city and Azerbaijan a country where representatives of different religions and ethnic groups lived in peace. And it worked. So now we have such a strong support from the United Nations. Also, I'm grateful for appreciation of our efforts related to transparency. Several years ago, our sovereign wealth fund, which is called Oil Fund, received awards from the United Nations. Our public services system, ASAN, which now is already expanding its activity in other countries, also received a special appreciation from the United Nations. We highly value that. And all what we are doing is aimed at strengthening the country, creating better conditions for people, and enhancing international cooperation, including transportation projects and energy projects. They unite people, they make countries interdependent, and that strengthens stability.